Oklahoma Workmen's compensation fraud and Oklahoma insurance fraud. Are you an insurance company, business owner, residential owner, or participant in an automobile accident and are concerned the other party is merely pretending to be injured to immorally gain effortless profit at your expense? Do not put up with such blatant nonsense from anyone. Instead, you need to hire an experienced private investigator in Oklahoma to help you determine the truth of the matter. Oklahoma Workmen's Compensation Insurance and other insurance covering automobile drivers and owners of residences and businesses from financial liabilities were originally created to help protect those in society from financial ruin. Any fraudulent activity in these areas constitutes a serious felony under Oklahoma law, and our society will not tolerate such malicious behavior. A licensed Oklahoma Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud private investigator from our private investigation agency in Oklahoma can quickly and easily help you determine whether the alleged injured party is not playing sports, lifting heavy objects, etc., or is merely doing daily activities that require minimum physical exertion. These Oklahoma Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud private investigations in OKC by a licensed Oklahoma Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud private investigator at our private investigation agency in Broken Arrow, OK, can potentially have a tremendous impact on your financial liability and future. Our private investigation in Enid, Oklahoma's Oklahoma Workers' Compensation Insurance Fraud private investigators have successfully caught many criminals over the years who have illegally claimed to be hurt while simultaneously engaging in rigorous physical activities incongruent with prolonged serious injury through their Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud private investigations. Some of the most common circumstances under which Dr. Michaela Saramosing and the other private investigators at our Oklahoma private detective agencies have witnessed individuals claiming to be hurt when they really were not are as follows. Sometimes good employees go bad or were never even noteworthy workers in the first place. Not everyone is a good person, and some individuals will happily seek something for nothing. If an employee of yours or of the business your insurance company or law firm represents is claiming an unjustified injury that does not add up, then you need to know the truth with and must best private investigator in Piedmont, OK, from our private investigation agency in Edmond, Oklahoma, to help you limit your financial losses. Slip and falls and a business or residence. Many people slip and fall at businesses and homes around the world each day. Sometimes it is truly an accident and no one is at fault per se. And on other occasions, the owner of the business or residence had a slippery or wet surface on the floors that they failed to warn others about. Regardless of fault, however, people often sue others when injured, especially in countries like the United States of America. In other situations, the injured party merely faked the fall altogether and is just seeking to mooch a quick buck for free. Our society commonly recognizes this as Oklahoma Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud or Oklahoma Workers' Compensation Insurance Fraud. Indeed, the accident in these situations never took place at all. In these circumstances, you will require the professional legal services of a private detective in Oklahoma City, OK, to investigate the person's physical activities. If the person is faking an injury, a private detective in Bethany, OK, from our private investigation agency in Mustang, Oklahoma, can help obtain video footage and photos with the date, timestamp, and location obtained through our private investigation agency in Oklahoma's special surveillance techniques. Automobile accidents. Car and truck crashes happen every day, often resulting in countless painful injuries and deaths. Sometimes one driver is clearly at fault, while at other times both parties might dispute liability. While injuries one or both parties sustain during these occurrences are often very real, sometimes one or both sets of individuals involved in vehicular accidents are merely faking the injury because they want money, do not want to work, etc. Whenever someone is faking a motor vehicle accident, commonly known as Oklahoma insurance fraud, it is important to hire a licensed private detective in Lawton, OK, from a private investigation agency in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to conduct video and photographic surveillance to determine whether the party or parties claiming an injury are only engaging in a minimum amount of physical exertion or are out playing sports, moving heavy objects, working at a job as usual, etc. A licensed private investigator in Oklahoma from a private investigation agency in Guthrie, Oklahoma, can often help determine whether people are committing felonies by wrongfully and maliciously claiming a fake injury, when in truth, the injured party does not feel any pain or suffering at all. Since pain is often difficult even for a licensed physician to measure objectively, a private investigator in Moore, OK, from a private investigation agency in Norman, OK, can help provide the missing information by conducting surveillance upon the persons of interest. Typical clients of our Workers' Compensation Insurance Fraud Private Investigations Division of our private investigation agency in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Our Oklahoma Workers' Compensation Insurance Fraud Private Investigators at our private investigation in Ardmore, OK, usually have the following types of clientele for our Oklahoma Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud Investigators: attorneys, law firms, insurance companies, business owners, residential owners, parties to a vehicle accident. Do you fit into one of the following categories above and need an Oklahoma Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud Private Detective at our private investigation agency in Duncan, Oklahoma to conduct Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud Investigation in Oklahoma? If so, then contact Dr. Michaela Saramosing at our private investigation agency in Stillwater, Oklahoma today for all your Oklahoma Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fraud private investigations.